We want to work at maximum efficiency. We want to ensure that every hour, every penny is deployed in the service of the people that we are here to protect. And that is as true of the newest warranted officer, the newest member of staff in one of your force areas, the newest member of staff in the PCC's offices. Because the challenge never gets easier. It evolves and it gets harder. And that is why we need to work effectively together. And together is the key. That's the thing that I really wanted to put across in my short words to you today. We have a duty to the British people to work constructively, together, for their benefit. And I want you to know that it is as much as it is possible to have an open door policy when you are the Home Secretary, I want you to feel that you can speak with me and my team at the Foreign Office. That was... I really hoped I was going to get through the rest of this speech without doing that. Old habits die hard. The ministerial team at the Home Office and my officials, I want you to know that we want to listen, that we want to ensure that you know that you will have an ear at the heart of government. It does not mean that we will always agree. It does not mean we can always respond to the precise requests that you have of us, but I want to know what you, what your officers, what your communities feel. And for me, that is absolutely key. Because there is no such thing. I hate the phrase like minor crime, because if you are on the receiving end of crime, none of it feels minor. We see the terrible situation with retail crime at the moment. I know, I think Chris spoke about that. Robbery, antisocial behaviour. For the people who feel that, it hurts. And quite understandably, they want us to do something about it. So there is no such thing as minor crime. Everybody deserves the right to feel safe in their daily lives. But the sad truth of the matter is that we do have very, very serious criminal behaviour that you also have to deal with. And as I said, much of that, as challenging as it ever was, is made more challenging because, for example, of the use of the internet and social media. These things also facilitate people trafficking, drug trafficking, county lines, and the public, quite rightly, expect us to deal with these things on their behalf, so they don't have to live in fear. And as things become more challenging, as things become inevitably more complex, I want you to know that I will back you when you take the action that you need to take. Of course, I will push you, I will cajole you, I will demand of you excellence in performance at every stage, because I know that that's very much the attitude you will want to apply to yourselves and your forces. But I also want you to know that I will back you when you do the right thing. And I want you to know that I will be critical if I think you need to be critical, but I will always attempt to do so professionally, calmly, directly, so that we always maintain that professional working relationship. And I think you can have a relationship that has challenge and demand excellence and professionalism without having to be in a relationship of conflict. The two are not inextricably linked. And that is why you will know, for those of you who have worked with me before, my instinct is always to praise in public, to criticise in private. And if your officers, if your staff respond to that style of working, I genuinely believe we can maximise the work that we do on behalf of the British people. And ultimately, that is my aim. That is my aim. And so give me opportunities to champion success. Let me know about individuals or teams that should be celebrated. I want the people of this country to see when you and your teams do well. I want to share in your success. This is an important part of the confidence that we need to build in the policing of this country. I could go on, but I won't. I'm going to finish quite simply by once again saying thank you. I know in policing, thanks is a bit of a rarity, doesn't come often enough, but I want to thank you. I want to thank all those officers, all those members of staff who put themselves in challenging situations, often in danger, not for their own benefit, but for the benefit of the communities that they serve. And I want you to pass on to them my gratitude for the work that they are doing, and I want you to accept my thanks for the work that you do, making UK policing unique. And one of the privileges of my old job as Foreign Secretary is you get to look back at your own country through the eyes of people around the world, and particularly when I see how policing happens in other parts of the world. When you come back, you look at our wonderful model, policing by consent, largely unarmed. It is a bright beacon internationally of effective policing. It's something that needs to be celebrated, championed and protected. I will seek to do that with your help. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much.
Well, thank you very much indeed, Home Secretary, for coming to the summit after all of the political upheaval of the last few days. I'm sure the speech will have given very many of you a lot to think about, and it's interesting, isn't it, both in its tone and its content.